What business does a 23-year-old have, a student living in Islamabad, choosing to go on a mission to break the siege in an occupied territory? Well, Ismail Shah is here in the chat room with Shiza. I'm going to be in conversation with him and get all the news firsthand from the Pakistani delegation which was aboard the SUMUD Flotilla. Assalamu alaikum, Ismail. Thank you so much for making it to the podcast.
Wa alaikum salam. I'm really thankful for this opportunity, of course, because this is the first podcast ever I'm having.
All right, let's get straight into it. How does one be a part of a delegation? I mean, Pakistan is a huge country. I know that millions of people wanted to actually be on board the flotilla and go all the way to Gaza. Only 5 people made it to the delegation. What was the process of selection?
Basically, after Senator Mushtaq Ahmed in Pakistan, people think that I'm the strongest voice. I'm the second. And that's why people, they watch me as well. I've been protesting with him. We've been arrested as well. And I mean, there were a lot of things that happened to us, but still we didn't give up. We kept speaking for Palestine. Nothing could stop us. And we had many organizations who were taking part in protests, and we had some contacts with them, and we were doing something for Palestine with them as well. So we saw that there's a global SUMUD flotillas. They're going towards Gaza this time, and we saw the militia, the way they were gathering Asian countries. So we thought that this is the best time to join them, and we actually gathered 8 organizations and then made a coalition, Palestine Action Coalition. And then we decided, every organization, they just gave us their member, that this is the person we would like to select for this cause. So I was chosen first.
Okay.
And then the other 4 were after me.
So was there like a criteria or something?
Yeah.
Or did you just have to know Senator
They had
Shah?
requirements, of course. They were preferring parliamentarians, doctors, activists, social media activists, because it's not a normal mission.
Of
you know,
course.
you have to be, you have to make some impact in the ship. You have to make pressure. You have to let people know your presence, and you should get attention from people. You should have that capability, so that when you are in trouble, people can speak up for you.
Right.
Yeah, so this was a criteria, and we made this Palestine Action Coalition, and then we joined SUMUD Nusantara,
All right.
who were gathering people in Asia.
Can you explain to the viewers and myself also how many groups were there? Because you mentioned that Nusantara was managing Asia. How many were there altogether? What were they doing?
There was SUMUD Nusantara, SUMUD Maghrib, and then there were European team as well, 2 European teams, and SUMUD Maghrib and SUMUD Nusantara. We were part of SUMUD Nusantara, and SUMUD Maghrib were gathering Arab countries.
Right.
Okay, and this is how Global SUMUD Flotilla was,
Managed.
Yeah,
right.
managed.
Okay. So when you say that there was a certain criteria that you had to follow, so you fall under the social media activist bracket.
Yeah.
And you're only 23 years old.
Exactly.
Mashallah. And you happen to be an activist, and then you happen to be selected for a delegation of only 5 members from a country of millions.
Exactly.
What drives you to do this? What's your, in your head, what are you thinking? Why do you need to be on this mission?
I'm a 23-year-old who is doing job as well.
Okay.
Videography, video editing. And when this October 7th happened, I used to watch the Palestinians' videos. Their suffering, the way they were killed, the way the mothers were holding their babies' body pieces in bags.
I cannot even
in boxes.
imagine.
You can't imagine that. And when I used to watch those videos, I used to cry. And my colleagues used to laugh at me. What's going to happen if you cry at these people? So I used to always think that, what if I die at this moment after 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I don't have a guarantee. I don't know when I'm going to die. If suppose I die, what am I going to tell? What excuse do I have to give to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
I know this from somewhere that initially when you were not selected for the delegation, you had a certain reaction to it. I'm also going to share the video with our viewers.
मैं नहीं जा सका लेकिन मेरे भाई जा रहे हैं गज़ा और इंशाल्लाह मैं इनका आवाज़ बनूंगा
मैं वापस 2-3 दिनों तक पाकिस्तान आ रहा हूँ और इनके लिए भरपूर आवाज़ उठाऊंगा. मेरी कश्ती ने मेरा साथ नहीं दिया, वो ख़राब हो गई.
Where does the reaction come from? What were you feeling in that moment?
Actually, you know, I dreamt about this. 1 year ago, I think March or April, I talked about this to my friend, and I told him that I'm having issues with my passport renewal, because my passport was expired, of course. And I really had issues when I had to renew my passport, and I was literally calling Senator Mushtaq Sahab to just use his, contacts to get my passport, because we were so late to go to Malaysia, and it was really important for us to visit Malaysia. So I dreamt about this, that I am having issues with the passports, and I woke up. I didn't know why I was having issues and where was I going to go. But right after 1 year, this happened in reality.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that Allah chose me for this.
Right, right.
Because that dream had a reason. And we had a lot of issues when we were traveling. We couldn't get our visas on time.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got my Tunisian visa 1 hour before our flight.
Wow. But you were prepared to leave.
Yeah, and we were so late that the Spain flotillas had to come on 4th September to Tunisia. They had to arrive, but it's all Allah has some other plans, you know. When Allah has to send you somewhere, He can delay things. So the Spain fleet, they got delayed 3 to 4 days just because of the weather, the storm. Many ships had to go back and they had to wait, and they were so slow, and that's why we got the opportunity to land in the end time, get our trainings done, because without trainings we couldn't take part.
Okay.
So all this happened, and Alhamdulillah, we were so happy that we finally made to Tunisia, and then we had a lot of struggle. Our names in the list came again and again. They were removing and adding.
Oh.
They were changing the names again and again, and the amount of ships were getting reduced just because of the government pressure. They were like, we're gonna maintain European standard, and we can't just get people on ships like whatever amount you want. We have a limited amount of people that you can keep in the ships. And then security and safety concerns, and then there were many boats which were old enough, and many boats were like fishermen boats as well. So that's why many ships had to, the numbers of ships had to get reduced. So our chances was very less. 3 of our delegation members left. We were sad at that time as well, waiting for our turn, and we were hoping actually, because they were giving us hope again and again, and telling us to stay at the port day and night, no matter what. Wait for your ships. Wait for the ship you are going to get in. They're going to add your name in it. So we were waiting for that, and then the last ship left.
Without you.
I got emotional, of course,
Yeah.
because you want to do something for Gaza, and you just can't wait, because every single minute, every single hour, they're suffering. They're complaining to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And just think about this. Our children, our future generation are going to ask us this, that you had cameras, you had everything live.
You had evidence every day.
Yeah, you were witnessing this for 2 years. Every single minute you were getting news. You were seeing mothers complaining, asking you to help, asking you to donate some money. And they were literally begging on social media. What were you doing? You didn't even speak. You don't have a single video in support of them. You don't have, you couldn't do the least. Can you save your future generation at that time when they will be oppressed, your children? Because this time is coming on us. This genocide is coming after us.
Right.
This is not stopping. And they have a purpose. The reason why they are doing all this in Gaza is because they want to do something. And what they are planning, I have a document about this Gaza peace plan, you know.
Right.
There is the Great Trust project that they are starting. And they're planning to make a mini Dubai of Gaza.
Right,
basically.
the Gaza Riviera.
And the people of Gaza are going to be oppressed more than ever.
Of course.
So this time, they're planning to make Greater Israel, and we know this danger is coming after us. So we have to wake up, unite now, And even when I'm back in Pakistan, people are appreciating calling me Ghazi, which means a great fighter.
Right.
You know. But I don't think that I have done anything at all. I mean, even if I were in Israeli prison, if I went through all that, I still think that we haven't done enough. We have to do it again and again.
But why did the people have to come together, people of the world? And it wasn't only Muslims on the flotilla. I mean, it was people from different backgrounds, from caste, creed, religion. Everyone came together for one cause. Why do you think the people had to do it and not, let's say, international organizations?
If you ask the people who were part of this, they were like, when governments failed, people rise. They stood up because, of course, they know that this genocide is coming after them. And every religion, it teaches humanity.
Of course.
It doesn't teach oppression. It doesn't teaches silence, because it's like you're oppressing as well. It's complicity.
Right. Absolutely, it's complicity, yes. And we have evidence of 2 years now that the war is actually reaching 2 years mark. But Ismail, I want to take you back to, now you're in Tunisia, you're all waiting for your names to be on the list and your boats to be there. How do you get a boat? Because on your website there was also appeal for donations. Where does the donation money go? Where does the boat come from? How do you decide how many people go on the boat?
Okay. First of all, the donations, contributions were from the people around the world, because these flotillas cost a lot, $100K per ship.
All right.
So there were about more than 50 ships. And the amount of ships were more than this, just because of the government issues, their pressure and restrictions as well. We had to reduce the numbers of ships. So this was the budget. And then the people in ships were all different. Like, they were not from the same country. They were divided.
Okay.
And since, they have this racism thing in them, that they think that, they have racism against the brown and Arab people, and the ones who have weak passport and bad relations with Israel, and the ones who don't have an embassy in Israel. So we had to choose random people, especially the European people, because they have strong passport, and with them our flotillas were going to be safe. So that's
a good strategy.
Yeah, that was a really good strategy. But there was a lot of mismanagement as well. And that's why more than half people, like there were about 900 to 1,000 people, and only half of them made it.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of them, they just left, and they were so emotional, they were so sad, and I'm proud of them as well.
Yeah, you couldn't make it on the ship.
Yeah, I could have made it, but as our delegation leader, Senator Mushtaq Saab, is the one who has the right to choose who's going to go. So I respected his opinion, his choice, because he told us, since I'm with him from day one in these protests and everything, and believe me, I was covering all his media stuff, okay? So he wanted me in the ship. He knew that this guy is going to be a strong voice during this flotilla. So Senator Mushtaq Saab, he chose someone else over me, because he knew that the other delegate will be sad on Senator Mushtaq Saab's choice, because they clearly knew that Senator Mushtaq Saab was with me all the time, because I was handling his interviews, his videography, speeches and everything, because my part of the job was to cover media as well, since I have this job as well in Pakistan. So Senator Mushtaq Saab gave another name of our brother Sayyid Uzair Nizami, and literally he sold his business.
Wow.
Indonesia, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but our delegation member, Sayyid Uzair Nizami, he sold his business, his perfume business. To
be on the boat.
Yeah, he sold his bike, which is worth 5 to 6 lakhs. And the business, it costs a lot as well.
Wow.
He had a lot of investment.
That's so impressive.
So he sold that.
Wow.
And his bike, just so he can take part in this.
Wow.
So I also wanted him to be part of this flotilla. And I used to see him cry. I couldn't see him like that.
Of course.
Imagine if he was back He would have cried a lot. So I wanted him to be part of this because he's a scholar, he's a young scholar.
Right.
And we want these people to influence, to lead the youth, because we want everybody. This is not our job only.
Of course.
We need everybody to speak up and stand up for Palestine, for the right thing. No matter wherever the oppression is happening, you have to stand up.
Yes.
And we want everybody to do the same.
Absolutely.
So a scholar has a lot of influence.
Yeah, of course.
So we really wanted him in the ship, and that's why I was satisfied with the choice of Senator Mushtaq Saab.
Wow, that's, I mean, honestly, I feel like you have a big heart. And then also, I think it goes back to when your colleagues have contributed so much towards this mission.
Yeah.
Then, of course, I mean, it becomes something very deeply from the heart. Can you, I know you didn't make it all the way to Gaza, but there were days when, I mean, you have experienced the boat life.
Yeah.
So for someone to watch it from outside, it's a bit exciting thinking, oh, you know what? These people are on the boat, they're sailing through the oceans and all the way to the Mediterranean. What a good life. I mean, you wake up to see the water and the wind and the breeze and whatnot. What is life on boat actually like?
So people think it's fun.
It
and
looks like it.
The videos were looking so, I mean, good, and it was like, for people it felt like it's an adventure, it's gonna be fun and that, but there's seasickness.
Oh, yes.
There's sickness, and then you can't eat anything.
Okay, because of the sickness.
Because of the sickness, and because sometimes there is mechanical and electrical issues because we use solar panels there. So that's why we had the delegation members, and what we heard and what we saw, they were eating dates and biscuits and water and juices, that's all.
Wow.
Even though they have had many things in their ships, but of course you can't cook them. And the weather in the sea, in the Mediterranean, in these months are really bad.
Right.
Yeah, and due to the storm, there were a lot of trouble. People couldn't even sleep properly.
Yes, there were some accounts of people waiting for someone to wake up and then they will go take the place. So in terms of food, it only had to be ready-made meals.
Yeah.
And you could not cook anything.
We could, but we had an oven as well. They all have an oven. But of course, the solar panels can't support them sometimes due to the weather as well, and because they were having a lot of issues in the food, especially the delegation of Pakistan.
Yeah.
Their ships were too small, and
Okay.
I don't understand. I can't believe that they made it literally. If you look at the size of their ships, it was too small. Other ships were way too big, and they were good enough. But the delegation of Pakistan were having small ships, and they couldn't even sleep. I don't know how they had the space to sleep.
I was going to ask, so what is the sleeping scenario like?
You can't sleep in day because it's too shiny. It's too what do you say?
Bright.
It's too bright. Yeah. So at night, I spent one night in the boat. Actually, mine was normal size. So the ships were too small, and they were about 12 to 13 people. So I think 5 to 6 people were sleeping at a time for a few hours, and then there were shifts, and there were 2 captains, of course. So it was not a problem, and everybody had their responsibilities in the ships. They had to do stuff like cooking, cleaning, and other things. And I heard a lot of stories. I mean, there's a person who accepted Islam.
Wow, that's beautiful.
After getting released from Israeli prison.
That's
and
beautiful.
You might have saw the videos. There was a German guy who used to tell where the direction of Qibla is.
Wow.
He used to help in things a lot. I heard a lot about this, and we were having discussions on WhatsApp during this journey, so they shared this thing as well. So this was...
That's so heartwarming.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Okay. Was there any criticism you faced from people back at home?
Let me be serious. We don't care about that.
Okay.
Because we know we are doing this for the sake of Allah, not for fame, not for people to look at us, but for the sake of Allah, for the Ummah, for the people who are waiting day and night for some sort of help. And we were doing it just for that. And if we get support or hate, we don't care, because we did it all for the sake of Allah.
There has been some criticism that why don't you do some, not my words, but why don't you do something for Kashmir then? Like, why do you have to go all the
Good
way?
question. Good question.
Yeah.
Let me answer. You know, my grandfather, he fought for Kashmir.
All right.
He was a Ghazi.
So it runs in the blood for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the answer.
Makes more sense.
And yeah, I had an influencer. He also told me to speak up for Kashmir, and he literally collaborated with me in a video, and I accepted it. And I met him as well, and because of me, he got a lot of, audience who got to know about what's happening in Kashmir.
So now I want to come to the arrest of multiple people, hundreds of people on the SUMUD Flotilla, but especially our ex-senator Mushtaq Ahmed Saab. What was it like when you guys found out that he has been arrested? Because I know that another observer boat was able to make it away and they had all the details to share with you guys. But Senator Saab was on one of the boats which was detained.
Yeah. So
What happened when the news reached?
Senator Saab contact was lost with us 2-3 days ago because Israel just jammed their phone and we couldn't talk to him. And actually we were not disturbing him as well because we know how hard this journey was going to be for him. And especially at this age, I believe, he could have got angry as well. And he did get angry in one part because when our 2 delegation members were having trouble with their ships and they were left alone in the sea, their engine broke down and they were alone in the sea for 8 to 10 hours without any communication. Their
That's
solar,
scary.
their GPS, their Wi-Fi, everything was lost due to the storm. So they messaged Senator Mushtaq Saab in the group and they were like, Senator Saab, get us some help. We are alone in the sea. And Senator Saab was like, I don't have diesel here and you're telling me to help you. So
Right.
this was
Frustration.
Yeah, he was frustrated, and of course we knew that, and I felt that part a lot, and that's why I was less in contact. But still, I was praying and I was telling him stuff if there was something important. But his phone got jammed 2-3 days ago, and there was this doctor with him who was able to help us get in contact with him, and he used to record his videos and upload in the last 3-4 days, and he was really nice. I mean, he did a great job because we were so worried about Senator Mushtaq Saab. And when he got arrested, he was arrested between 1 and 2nd October night, midnight, about 1 to 3 a.m. And to be honest, we felt like he isn't arrested because his tracker wasn't showing that he is intercepted, his boat is intercepted. So people were, we announced that he's arrested because we got the news from the observer ship because they were looking at all the fleets. So we gave the news, and for about 12 to 15 hours, people were like, his ship is still showing.
Okay.
Yeah. Ala Katala was the name of his ship. So people were like, yeah, you guys are literally spreading false news. And we were like, bro, we are the authentic person. We're the official people who are representing him. And he got arrested, and after his arrest, we were sad. And then for about 2-3 days we were worried because we heard of news of torture from the other people who were released in the first batch, and they were like the prisoners, especially with weak passport, those who have weak relations, and especially the Arab countries' delegations are getting tortured. They're getting beaten badly.
Oh God.
And when I got this news, I shared it. But then after he got released, he gave his statement, of course, where he said that he was tortured and they were protesting for about 3 days for their release, and they were not eating or drinking something. Yeah. So, and they were, the dogs were left open on them.
Oh my God.
And you know how the dogs of Israeli forces are.
Oh my God.
So, they were trying every single way to just first they were releasing their frustration, anger on all of them, so that next time they don't come back.
Right.
But they're just dreaming about that. We're gonna go back stronger.
They wanted to break the resolve, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
We were stronger than before. Just look at Greta.
Yes,
She was warned that you won't come if you came to Israel. we will give you the worst treatment, but she still went to the.
Right. There are accounts of her being tortured in ways that we cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
And also similar with Senator Saab. But Alhamdulillah, we're so happy to have him back soon into Pakistan also, inshallah. But okay, so when you talk about aid flotillas, one of the major questions is, what are you carrying on the boat? What are you taking for the people in the besieged territory?
Okay, you need to understand the purpose of these flotillas.
Yeah.
This was to break the siege, open a humanitarian aid corridor.
Right.
So amount of the aid were less. They were enough. I mean, they had medicines and baby food, okay, and other basic things that could help the Palestinians. And they had limited supplies because their purpose was to open a humanitarian aid corridor and to somehow break this siege. So the amount of aid was less. They were trying to make a way so that the other ships, they can get the proper aid and they can enter Gaza easily. That was the mission.
But at one point, at any point, did you feel like the mission wasn't going to get accomplished? Did you ever feel like, you know what, yes, we're being a part of this, but there's nothing that's going to happen?
It happened, by the way. What I mean, we had this thought, but we were so hopeful that we would reach Gaza because this was huge. 45 ships going towards Gaza.
It was the biggest
huge,
flotilla,
yeah.
yes.
Secondly, if you see, the Palestinians were literally getting fishes when the Israeli forces were all having their attention on the flotillas.
They could, yes, they could go
The
fishing.
Palestinians were fishing at that
Wow.
time and they got food. So we succeeded. We didn't fail.
Right.
And we're happy that we did something at least. It was better than nothing at all.
I mean, because some ships were also attacked by drones to, you know, again break the resolve and let them go back, but none of them was moving away from their stance. So what were they going through?
Let me tell you, when in Tunisia, two drone attacks happened. Those were our training days, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when the Spain fleet reached to Tunisia, and after the next night, an attack happened, and after that, another attack happened. So we were told in our training to everybody, they told us that if you want to leave, this is the time. And even in the port,
Right.
they were like, if you guys still want to leave, this is the time.
Right. But
So-
did someone leave?
No,
Wow.
none of them. Only those people who couldn't get their names in the list, they left. But the others who were literally, when their names were called, they were literally crying.
Wow.
So every single person was ready to face everything.
I can only imagine. I have literally goosebumps listening to this. Like, I can only imagine being there and then going through this. It must be so beautiful.
Yeah.
Since now the SUMUD Flotilla has come to an end and almost all of the detainees now have been released by Israeli prisons, what is next for a 23-year-old Ismail Shah?
I mean, if I couldn't participate this time, next time maybe you're going to be with more people and maybe I'll be leading them because I have some sort of experience. And I mean, I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to gather people. I want people to talk about Palestine, especially the youth, because they're distracted right now. Their direction needs to be straight to the right thing, because they're only after these TikToks and useless stuff. And I believe that if we give them a direction, and since, you know, the real problem is that the Islam that the people, the scholars are representing to the people is really hard. It's very strict, but Islam is actually easy.
It's so simple.
And it is so simple, and I want that Islam. I want to teach them. I want to show them that Islam, and I believe that the youth will listen to a youth.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
The
So a young
impact is
person.
different.
Yeah. So now that they have an example that a 23 years old made it in the global SUMUD Flotilla, he's left everything behind for the people of Gaza, for humanity. They're going to be motivated. They're going to listen. And I want them to, I want to unite them for this cause.
Right.
And I want to unite them for whenever there's evil oppression happening, there's anything bad happening, I want them to be the first ones to rise up against that. So I want the youth especially to be part of this global SUMUD Flotilla the next time, and to stand up against every oppression. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Ismail Shah. I really wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I know whatever you set your foot on, you will definitely succeed in that. Thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing the chat room for now, but the conversations never end. I will catch you next week right here.